Hey, what is up, fellow critics? Darno here, back at it with another Farscape reaction. We're at season 1, episode 19. These past few episodes definitely been crazy. Definitely a lot of stuff going on. Definitely loving the show. It's just crazy we're so far into it already. We're getting into it. So yeah, I'm super pumped. Don't know what's gonna happen. If this is gonna be a continuation from the previous episode, or we're gonna get something new and crazy. So let's start. So before we start, guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to see this full-length reaction, check us out on Patreon. All right, let's go ahead and start it up.
Sure you should be exercising?
Why not?
Well, because a little while ago, a commando skewered you with his Swiss Peacekeeper army knife.
Oh, okay. I think she's still conflicted from what happened last episode. Oh, what the hell was that?
My muscles are healed, but that knife must have pierced my peripheral nerve, and once that is damaged, it doesn't regenerate.
Oh.
So within 50 or 60 hours, it's going to fail, and I am going to die.
Holy crap. No. And I'm getting killed.
Peacekeeper base.
Oh,
Less than
there's
20 yards, and those commandos were kind enough to leave the address.
Wow. Okay.
The only sensible course of action is...
I'm sorry, Sparky. What were you saying?
is to do everything in our power to save Eren's life.
Oh, okay. Wow. So it's kind of crazy. Her getting stabbed earlier, that's still not fully, well, it's healed, but it's just hit a spot where it can't regenerate.
Good luck.
Oh, he's gone by himself. All right, John, see what you can do.
What you need on this jaunt is a talented burglar and distraction causer.
True.
Maximum security clearance.
True.
This is Laurent's. How'd you get this?
Told you I was talented.
She's crazy.
Check this out.
Ooh.
Don't identify yourself. We will.
You what?
Shoot me down. It's not a good idea to gun down a superior officer without first checking his ident chip.
Oh, it's doing pretty good. Pretty good. Like, she likes that. It's like, oh man.
We do need to see your ident chip.
It's real.
Make sure the quarters are comfortably cool.
She's playing the part.
It's hot in here.
Oh, she is definitely playing the part.
I've never seen a species quite like her.
5 to 1.
Does she give good value?
Can I borrow her? Oh. Ooh, who the hell's this guy? That dude look crazy.
They bought it, didn't they?
You're drawing a lot of attention.
The more they look at me, the
Unless
less
they look at you. True.
If you would place your hand in here, thank you, Captain.
Wait, what? Hand? So, how are you gonna fake this?
Genetic scan verified.
Huh?
Satisfying.
How do you fake that? Is that the what's it called? Is it the what's it called girl? I can't tell. Yeah, that's her, right? Yeah. That's the one chick.
How'd you know I was here?
I saw you in the officer's lounge. Well, I knew you'd never passed the genetic scan, so I overrode the security program.
It was her. Ah, okay.
Leaving.
Something
Oh,
little
I thought we'd get at
canisters.
least another round out of him.
Resleg.
Oh.
We can do much better than that.
Oh, here's the good stuff.
I am getting real tired of running from system to system with a guy who's got a real talent for getting himself into danger.
Hopefully she's just playing the game and not taking this
Continue
serious.
this discussion in my quarters.
Uh-oh. Yo, these dudes are thirsty.
1 dose, some bed rest, and she'll be as healthy as ever.
Nice. Let's do it.
We always seem to be saying goodbye.
I remember him saying, "Hey, I'm gonna come find you," all this stuff. But now he found her. And his mind's already made up. Let's go like this. I didn't see you. This monster-looking guy.
That man. He is an imposter.
Wow. Wow. The hell they got him hooked up to?
My name is Larak. Peacekeeper Special Ops.
Unfortunately wrong.
Maybe he knows, actually. Maybe he knows him. That's going straight to the... Oh, that's messing with his memories. I hurt so much.
It will take some time to map your neural patterns.
Oh, it is messing with his memories.
The amount of toxins your body generates is insignificant to Moya. What about her baby?
The baby's already well over a sec, Ma. This will not affect it.
I mean, she does kind of connect it to Moya and Pilot anyway. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now they know who you are.
Coder to Krace's command carrier. Direct him to come immediately.
Oh, no.
I don't even think John would recognize you. Let's track him down and find out.
That's funny. She looks funny.
No, you cannot access this data consciously. You won't remember this part of our encounter. We will not give you wormhole technology. The unconscious knowledge we've given you will guide you.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't want a roommate. Get it out.
What the hell's that?
Hey, that's my mat. Hey, get off my mat.
That's my mat.
Pilot, are we under attack?
No, it's Moya. She's having muscular contractions.
Is she giving birth?
I'm not sure.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me, sir. Captain Trace has arrived.
Oh! Uh-oh. He got here pretty quick.
Crichton has vital information. Until I get it, you may not have
I order you to release
Oh, boy.
Get about me. Just
damn.
Get the sample back to Moya. Aaron can't have that much time.
John.
He's not worried about himself.
Does Aaron mean that much to him? No. Aaron's just a shipmate and is in love with you.
Oh, she playing her.
I've recaptured the Leviathan. The fugitives are back in my custody.
I don't believe you.
They're all unharmed, as is the Leviathan.
Liar!
Evacuation warning, reactor overload. Evacuation warning. Evacuation warning.
All right, here's your time. Get the hell out of there. Uh-oh, he knows you. Oh, I recognize you. Whoa, that worked. What was that? Oh, shit. Yo. Yo. Toasty. Now, what are we going to do to get John? So, how is she going to take this knowing that John's not coming back?
I'll stay here and watch over her.
Oh, isn't that nice?
The false alarm was a diversion.
Yes, it was.
Who triggered it?
We don't know, sir.
Crichton will tell us.
Oh, yeah, he will, actually. Oh, no! To be continued? Oh, snap! Oh, man, wild. Holy crap, wild episode, ending off with a freaking cliffhanger. Oh, I was not expecting that. So what happened? We see, you know, Erin, she's working out, you know, and we see John goes up to her like, hey, you know, we've been calling you, you know, what's going on? You know, you need to come eat food and all this stuff. And she's like, yeah, I'm good. And, you know, he, you know, presses her about it. And then we see her freaking puke up like, I don't know what that was. It was blood and some, you know, chewy stuff. It was just something thick. I don't know what that was. It was blood, I guess, but some extra stuff with it. I have no idea. But she puked, and we come to find out when she was stabbed, by the Peacekeeper guy that, obviously she, it was close to her heart, but come to find out it like pretty much nicked something, some kind of spot where, the tissue healed, but wherever it hit, it can't be healed. So she's saying she has like 15 hours to live and all this stuff. So it's wild. And, she's like, just let me go, let me hop in the ship and just bounce and, just let me go die alone. And John was like, yeah, no, we're not having that. We're not going to do that. So, he pretty much, they have the idea like, hey, we're still close to this, Peacekeeper base. So this is right after. I was just thinking about it, if it's going to be right after this episode, previous episode or not, because sometimes they do, sometimes they just on to the next thing. But this one, it's, right after, a short time. And, so, they're like, hey, we're still next to this Peacekeeper base. We're going to go there and, we'll be able to get a donor because come to find out that, there is technology to fix her. It's just you need a donor and all this stuff and got to be some patient. So, that's what they're going to do. At first, once again, we see Zan. She's like, I don't know, guys. But, we see Rigel. He's like, yes, we need to do this, even if it costs us our lives. We see Dargo. He's feeling a type of way because we see this really connection between Dargo and Aaron. Obviously, earlier they were coming to blows, but they're slowly. I really like their relationship, how they just got closer and closer and closer. Also about her finding out about his wife. So I think that even made them even closer. So. They have a close relationship. So, he really wants her to be, don't want her to die either. So, yep, that's the plan. He's about to, he's going to pretend he's a peacekeeper. He's going to pretend he's this captain from the one captain that came in, they killed. But, they're going to pretend he's going to pretend he's him and try to get a sample. But we see Cheyenne, she pops up and is like, hey, I want to go with you. You need me, all this stuff. And then she has that little, key card or whatever, that ID chip that she actually took from the dude. I actually remember that she took from the dude. She was like, hey, you can use this. So he decided, okay, I could use you. Let's go together. So they go and, they're planning it up. They're planning up really well. He has to use his ID chip to get in. They have to check and all this stuff. And they do a pretty good job. We see Cheyenne, she's doing really well. She's definitely playing the part as the helper and, all that stuff. Who may be helping with some extra stuff as well on the side. But we see that they have to go into another area, but they need like a genetic, they have to run your genetics to make sure you can go through and all this stuff, another security measure. And they're like, well, obviously this is not going to work. So, they tried to not do it, but the guy was like, nope, you have to do this, so he ended up doing it and he passed. And they're like, what? How did this happen? And then while they're walking, we see a familiar face. We see Jelena, I believe that's her name. His old girl, the old flame, his long distance girlfriend, that he swore was in love with her and was like, hey, I'll come visit you soon and all this stuff. But he completely forgot about her because he's in love with Aaron. So, but we found out that she helped. She was the one who helped. She's seen them and, so she's helping as well. So that's good. They have someone on the inside to help. So, John explains that, hey, one of my crewmates, Aaron, she, this is happening. And then she's like, okay, I'll help you out and all that stuff. And he's like, no, don't do it. I'll go to the medical bay and do all this stuff. She's like, nope, I got it. So she comes back and she has the cure. That simple. She's like, hey, we got we got our meds actually evolved and all that stuff. And they actually have the thing that will save her, just in like a little ejector pen or whatever. He's like, oh, perfect, awesome. And she's like, hey, you know, can I get some sugar up in this piece? And like, obviously it was so awkward between them two. You know, she still loves him and he's like, yeah, I kind of moved on type of deal. And then she kind of felt that herself. She's like, okay. You know, she's like, I can't get mad at it, but you know, I'm still upset. Also, while they've been walking around and doing all this stuff and being spies, we've been seeing this weird dude. He doesn't look like Sebastian. He just looks some crazy dude in some bondage outfit. Like, I don't know, he's pale, kind of skeleton looking a little bit. Obviously he's like the head guy there, and you see him earlier, but then we see him walk into John's view, and he's like, hey, this guy is an imposter. Sees him just right away. And then we see John try to fight him off. Didn't work, but he ended up taking that ejector pen and hiding it before they knocked him out. Some crazy stuff happened. So he wakes up, he's on this freaking chair, and they turn the chair on and it's destroying his head, and they mess it with some more, and then it starts pulling from his memories. So they can actually see his memories on this TV screen, and they're getting information about Moya and all this stuff. And they keep pushing it, and they learn more and more about John and the crew and just all this stuff. And then they learn about freaking Christ, that, you know, him and Christ was at it, going after each other, stuff like that, which is wild. We come to find out that this base, this Peacekeeper base, was all about them trying to find wormholes themselves. That was the reason why they were there. And so they find out that John wants to look for the the wormhole as well because of what happened. And we come to find out that freaking the little creature guys who was, you know, messing with his memories actually was, you know, giving him the way to do it, but subconsciously they put it in his head how to do it. But they were like, hey, we're not just gonna tell you, we're gonna leave it in your head, and then if you need, I forgot exactly how they said it, but it was like, hey, eventually you'll find that you have to learn how to do it, or because we're not just going to tell you, because obviously that means you wouldn't know how to handle it or something like that. But we come to find, so that was kind of crazy that they gave him that information. And it seems like, I don't know if this was true or not, but it seems like they gave him a little bit of a way to block it a little bit. Is that just him doing that, or is it that race that actually helped him out to be able to block some of this from the chair? I'm not sure. Let me know. But this guy, what was his name? Scorpius or something like that. He's like, hey, we see that, Christ is all, looking for you. Let's go ahead and call him up and tell him to come here. So he ends up showing up, which is kind of crazy. So John gets put back into the cell. They give him a rest, and we see some other guy who's actually been in the chair multiple times. He's all crazy. He likes it now. He's just wild. But we see that Jelena and Cheyenne, they're kind of working together to figure out where's John. They find him, and so they're talking to him from the cell. And John's like, hey, I have the pen, the ejector pen here. This is where it's at. So just go get it and get out of here, and don't worry about me and stuff like that. And we see Cheyenne kind of lies at Jelena, saying, hey, he's like, why would he sacrifice himself for Aaron? Like, why, and she kind of lied. She's like, oh, he's, she's just a crewmate, but he really loves you. He wants to stay here for you. So it's just kind of crazy that she lied to him, but it makes sense, because if he said, hey, he loves Aaron, then would she do all this to help them? I don't know. But we see that she creates a diversion so Cheyenne can get away. And we see that one guy who was thirsty over her ends up, pulling gun on her and stuff like that. And she grabs that, whatever that thing was. I'm not even sure. It was like a nuclear reactor or something crazy. But she pulls it off and that thing starts shooting fire and freaking cooked this dude up. Woo. He was burnt to a crisp. But she ends up getting away. We see back on Moya that, you know, Aaron is getting worse and worse and worse. So they actually ended up, you know, actually it was Dargo's idea to actually hook her up to Moya. And because we found out that the wound she had was like, you know, secreting poison into her body. So they actually hooked her up to Moya to, you know, have that, I guess, the poison to go into Moya. And it's not going to affect Moya because it's just not, it's not enough, I guess. And they were wondering if it was going to work, you know, affect her baby or not, but I guess that was no problem. But while they had her hooked up to this, we see that Moya had a contraction, which kind of was messing stuff up. So they had to, like, I guess they disconnected her from Moya and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy. But we see China, she actually makes it back to the ship and they actually give, you know, Aaron the injection. She's like, hey, you know, I'm good, you know, where's John? And they're like, oh, don't worry about John, you know, you'll see him soon, type deal. So she don't know. And you know, she's going to be super upset when she finds out that John is not coming back. He sacrificed himself for her. She's going to feel very, very type of way. So that's going to be wild when she finds that out. But we see Dargo and Aaron, you know, we see Dargo's really caring about Aaron, making sure she's okay. And we see that connection again. But we see they actually go to get John again. We see Christ rolls up to John and he's like, hey, you know, hey, I'm here. And so we see that he was like, hey, you know, I have Moya. I have all your friends captured. You need to tell me this information, because we see that Christ and Scorpius, they made a deal like, hey, you know, I'll give you him, but I need to get this information first about this wormhole that's, you know, trapped inside his head. So they made a deal. So, you know, Christ is trying to, you know, trick John about, you know, hey, I have your friends, just give us the information, you know, don't fight the chair so we can extract the information and I won't kill your friends. But John actually was smart and he asked like, hey, is everyone okay? Everyone's in good condition. And then Christ was like, yep, everyone's good. And obviously that's a lie. So he knew they were lying. So he actually, you know, was fighting the chair. And, you know, obviously he knew all that stuff. So then we see Scorpius. He finds out that China left. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then he was like, well, someone created that version. Obviously someone's still here. So, you know, we'll figure this out. You know who's going to tell us? Freaking Crichton. He's going to tell us. And then we see them turning on that machine on him. So he's, whew, and that's pretty much ended the episode of freaking John screaming because they're, you know, rocking this machine. So eventually they are going to find that it was Jelena helping and they're going to go get her. But yeah, John, whoo, he's in a rough shape. You know, everyone's messing with his memories. He's just getting tore up. But wow, what a good episode. This is a wild one. Definitely, I didn't think it was going to get this crazy. But really good episode. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know about the how he was, you know, blocking them. Let me know about all that in the comments below. And the other race that was, you know, put that wormhole information in his head. Give me a little more info about that as well. If I didn't understand something, let me know. But yeah, guys, great episode. Awesome. I can't wait to watch the next part because this is wild. I didn't know it was going to freaking be a to be continued. I thought they were going to wrap all this stuff in one episode, but I guess not. But yeah, good one, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to see this full-length reaction, check us out on Patreon. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.